Welcome back. The National Dance Institute has positively impacted over 2 million children through immersive dance and music programs since its establishment. The NDI is hosting an exciting event called Rise, celebrating the life of Dr. Maya Angelou. The performance will honor the life and legacy of the great Dr. Maya Angelou, showcasing over 100 talented children from New York City public schools in a lively performance of dance and live music. Joining us now is the Executive Director of the National Dance Institute, Jermaine Jones. Jermaine, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So just to start off, what is the National Dance Institute and what is your mission?
So the National Dance Institute is a nonprofit arts education program which focuses on bringing children together through arts and dance and music. This was founded in 1976 by the legendary Jacques D'Amboise. He was a former New York City ballet dancer, and he believed that no matter what gender, race, geography, religion, physical ability, it didn't matter. All children deserve the right and the opportunity to dance.
Of course, and since 1976, since its establishment, can you just tell me how the NDI has impacted the lives of the children?
Sure. So with NDI, we're teaching children dance, but we're also educating them about a specific theme through dance.
Okay.
So what we try to do is we partner with schools based on our theme so that our theme becomes part of their curriculum.
Right.
And the children learn more about what the theme is and use that as inspiration as part of their dance. We have affected over 2 million children, as you said before, throughout New York City, and we're so glad to have the opportunity to do so.
That's amazing. And what are some of the key programs offered by the NDI to engage children in both music and dance?
Sure. Our first and foremost is our in-school program. We are in 46 schools throughout New York City, 256 classrooms, and thousands of children each week receive classes through NDI. With the in-school program, we become part of the curriculum. It's not a substitute for gym or anything like that. We're part of the in-school curriculum schedule. And the children receive one dance class each week. We bring in 2 teaching artists and, very, very important, a live musician, because live music, as you are aware, is very, very inspirational.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I was just telling you before, I got my start in the public school programs, right? And so unfortunately, in a lot of public schools, especially in New York City, we've been seeing them being cut through budgets and through all of that. So can you just tell me, maybe if you're aware yourself or if you do know a little bit about how these programs has helped boost test scores?
Yes, so definitely when it comes to dance and any of the arts, it's been proven that the arts give life skills to children, such as focus, memory, confidence, creativity. And it's been proven that children who have access to the arts have less anxiety, and they excel in what they do in their school.
Yeah, absolutely. And can you tell us a little bit more about the NDI Center for Learning and the Arts in Harlem and its significance?
Yes, so the center is very, very significant to us. In the past, we had a place for our administrative staff, but we never had a rehearsal space to call our own.
Yeah.
So 12 years ago, we opened up a space. This is in PS 90, an old school that was converted, where we now have our administrative staff there. We have 4 rehearsal studios and a theater where we can put on small performances. During the week, we also rent out the studios to musicians, theater artists, the whole gambit, dancers, in order to have a rehearsal space for them to use.
That's awesome. And, before we get into your upcoming performance, tell me a little bit about how you stepped into the role as an executive director. Tell me a little bit about your journey and how did that come about?
That's a really interesting story. So I actually was a dancer in the program, and I started dancing with the program when I was 12 years old. And I danced from the age of 12 through 16.
Okay.
After graduating from the program, I went off to college, became a CPA, but the program tapped me back in and asked me to join the finance committee to the board of directors. So I volunteered there for about 15 years, and 2 years ago I joined the board of directors. And the opportunity came about where the executive position was open. And of course I wanted it. This
Yeah.
played such a significant part of my life.
Yeah, absolutely. And so coming up, your 2023 event of the year this year is Rise, celebrating the life of Dr. Maya Angelou. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, so the event of the year is really focused on um, Dr. Maya Angelou's life. It's not telling her story, but it's really telling what we got from her story and
Right.
what inspired us from her story. So it's focused on, you know, making your own voice, creativity, about being resilient, about not letting anything hold you down. So that's what we wanted to focus on.
Yeah, absolutely. And can you tell me a little bit about why her life and legacy was the focus of this year?
So those things that I mentioned before, definitely. I think in today's environment, it's very, very important to look at literature and make sure that children are reading and understanding the importance of literature.
Right.
And so we wanted to bring that to light and have that be our focus this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And can you just tell me a little bit about what styles of dance we might see?
Sure. So with NDI, there's multiple styles that's used throughout our choreography. There's ballet, there's jazz, there's modern. So it's a whole combination of different styles.
And with that, can you tell me a little bit about what the rehearsal process was like? What was it from early conception to now bringing it to its stage upcoming?
So that's a really good question because as a dancer, you never really know what goes on behind the scenes. So you just go on stage and perform. But as the executive director, there's so much time and effort that goes into putting on a performance. The performance is only, 60 minutes long, but there's hours upon hours of rehearsals. The children rehearse every Saturday for 6 months straight in order to be prepared for this program. So it's a lot of work, a lot of effort, and we're so happy to be able to go back to Scarborough this year.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think that work really instills a discipline in a lot of the dancers. So speaking of, can you just tell me a little bit about, in your experience, how have you seen these dancers grow personally?
So it's really, really cool to see children come in for the first day and they don't know anything about dance and they're a little shy and
Yeah.
sheepish and they don't know how to move. But you come back and you see them during their event of the year, their performances, and the joy that dancing brings on their faces, and the confidence that they have on the stage with their fellow students and administrators watching them perform. It's a total night and day, and it brings so much joy to see their faces when they're performing.
That's amazing. And lastly, just give us all the details. What are the dates and times of the performances? Where can we buy tickets? Where is the event?
Yes, so the event, we're happy to say, is back down at NYU Skirball Theater this year. It's from June 17th through June 19th. There are 4 performances over that weekend. June 19th is actually a holiday, so that's actually a really good time for families to come with their children and enjoy the show.
That's awesome. Jermaine, I want to thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
For more information, you can visit their website at nationaldance.org. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Open right after this.